Hi everyone. I'm not in the right mindset right now. I've just been going through so much, and I've reached out multiple times to others to help my situation, but nothing's really being done. I'm hoping this video would help. I don't know, but I really don't know what to do. I've been trying to leave, ask for financial assistance, and I'm getting none of that, and the income I'm currently getting from Social Security, it doesn't really cover that. And my father continues to just take money out of my account like it's no big deal, and he even wrote it up, saying that if I reject if I reject it, or try to deny him access or anything, I'll get thrown out. I have with me the actual letters, as well as stuff that he's written. This is here it is right here. He talks in a way that it's like a business, or non-negotiable. It's a very liberal amount. He's like, this is what has been. This is what he tried to send to me on Gmail, but because I blocked him, because he would constantly harass me on social media, and and likes to talk about how much power he has, how much power and authority he has over me. Loves to bring about my age, bring out my age as well as my situation, and use it against me. And this is the other letter he wrote up, about him finding out that I filed for taxes for for working last year, which was less than 4 months as an intern at the disability agency near me. And he's trying to remind that he still owns me. He still has I'm still a dependent, and all this, and yeah. He's demanding me a revision and all that. Prior to return the money, no. Yeah. And these are the other stuff he would write. He wrote to me in the past. And as well as this really messed me up. He calls this a legal notice. You are hereby notified that you have 30 days and all that. Threatening to throw me out, and if I refuse, he'll call the authorities. He even signs it. You know, like it's some sort of, like it's a contract. Now, before you say anything about, you know, that he's being a good parent, or this is just me being ungrateful, or it just you know, making a big deal out of nothing. Mind you that this has really had a negative effect on me mentally and even physically. As you can see, I keep on gaining weight no matter what I do, and I still have issues with sleeping. It's just like, and every time I would faint, like I would pretty much collapse when it comes to like even traveling by bus or just going to grocery stores, stuff like that. It takes a lot out of me, and even I'm trying to do something on YouTube by you know, making videos and stuff. You know, but that took its toll, and the most recent video I did, I actually had to write out a script. I couldn't remember any much. You know, I needed a script to help me, you know, record and all that. And after I was done with the editing and recording or whatever, I nearly fell into a coma. I pretty much pulled an all-nighter, and I collapsed. I'm lucky that I was able to get up. And every time I try to tell this this situation to others, even to the narc abuse support group, as well as the group for toxic families, I get judged, patronized. You know, even, you know, after, you know, reaching out, they'll automatically, you know, assume that I'm being lazy or not trying hard enough, and saying stuff like I need to be a grown man and take responsibility. And when that frustrates me, when I get upset and I begin to respond or lash out or whatever, this even happened with the state, the state. You know, they you know, because I called out to them asking for, like, look, I'll do whatever you want, just give me something that will help me out. I was pretty much, you know, on my knees and everything, and you know, this new counsel I was supposed to have or whatever, she was on there, and everyone there in the employment agency and stuff, they're saying like, we need to see you in order to help you, and since you didn't attend this meeting, then we're gonna have to reschedule and all this other stuff. And I lost it. You know, and I even said, like, if I was there, I would have been wrecking shit. That's what I said. And I got so upset. I even said, like, I'm gonna be, if I get power, if I get authority, I'm gonna be out for blood. And seconds later, after that, they're saying like, oh, this guy threatened the state or whatever. We need to call the cops on him. And this was the day before my psych eval, before getting disability. And like, it was later on during the week, the main head supervisor of the state agency, she didn't call me to try and help me out. She called me to talk about that one day of how I reacted, and then wrote up like a letter of probation or something, and said that if that happens again, they'll prohibit me from getting any sort of assistance or service from them, as if they did something before or whatever. And if I try to go to any of the offices, they'll arrest me for trespassing. That's what they said. And they did it with a smile on their face. And I even, same thing happened with what I called APS. And when I mentioned about my father just drawing money out of my account like it's no big deal, saying, for living expenses or whatever, the lady that was the caseworker that was assigned to my case and all that, she's saying, well, what's the problem with paying that amount? It's no big deal. Yeah, I got the same response from the support group. What's the big problem? And I usually get sarcastic, say, okay, no big deal. There's nothing wrong at all. You're right. Yeah. And I'm sorry. It's hard for me to process this. It's hard to get the right words out and all that. Just bear with me. But I know I'm pacing, walking a lot, but that's how I try to think or whatever. I pace back and forth and stuff. Yeah. So the lady at APS was saying, what's the big deal? And then so I said, well, yeah, no big deal. I just want to get out of here. And she went, sorry, but we reached out to people for housing and assistance or whatever, but nothing's happening, so my hands are tied. It's like, and I'm sitting there going, so then why'd you bother calling? And she got all flustered with me and say, huh? Oh, well, fine, I'll never call you again. It's from APS or Catholic Charities, to be specific, in my area. And I'll get pandered. People tell me what I want to hear, but they don't really help me. I've gotten this from everywhere. Barely no one really stands up for me. Maybe a couple, but not much, which is really messed up. Because I try to be optimistic about these sorts of things. Like, okay, maybe I might luck out this time. Maybe I'll find some assistance here, find some help here. It only ends up to be just the same shit, different place, that sort of stuff. Yeah. I do want to say that it's just, I've only just been getting worse by the day, and I know that I just really need to get out of here, and if I stay any longer, I will no longer be here. I'll die. That's how bad it is. And it don't even have to be about self-infliction or whatever. My body is already taking effect, and hasn't get much better no matter what I've done. And I'm just waiting for the day when my body finally says that it's time to go, because that's where I'm heading. That's where I'm heading. And yeah, I'm 26 or 27 or whatever, so I'm too young to be suffering like this. I also want to give a shout out to another good friend of mine who's probably going through the same thing, but was lucky to be able to leave this sort of place, but still, she's still suffering a lot. I mean, I wish I could do something for you, but I'm practically stuck here. I just wish I had more authority to do something. It's really messed up out here. But I'm hoping that this video would reach out to someone out there who's willing to help me in any way they can, if possible. Who won't just run their mouths and try to get all frustrated and then try to punish me or silence me because they don't like what I say, or because I get frustrated and all that. It's like I really don't need that right now. I really don't. I've dealt with that for so long, and I can't just simply just bite my tongue for that. It's like this is I barely have anything to support myself. It's like it's just one big nightmare that I just can't wake up from. I just want to be, at least let me die in peace, Let me find a place where I can just be able to heal whatever, and then pass on without any pain.